market of people. Oh, good. You're recording this. Awesome. Very specific market of people. And she still got these kinds of results in 4 months, from 0 to double diamond. Okay. The average double diamond makes somewhere between I've talked to double diamonds that make $4,500 a month. I've talked to double diamonds that have made $7,000 and $8,000 a month. It depends on how big your team is and how big your volume is. But that's the kind of money we're talking about. 0 to 4 months. Like, didn't know a soul on social media, couldn't go to her family and friends because this is totally against her culture. So she had to find people she didn't know to be on her team, people she didn't know to be her customers, to an income of double diamond, which I just told you what that is. So she said, you have to hit all platforms that you're on 3 times a day, minimum. Okay? 3 times a day. Now, live videos for her didn't come until later, but I'm going to give you the difference of when she wasn't doing live videos to how much money she was making when she started making live videos, okay? But she said 3 times a day, go on the platforms and post and video. She said specifically video, okay? She uses Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, okay? Because that's now something you can post on. Back when she started, it wasn't. But so it was strictly Facebook, and then it was Facebook and Instagram, and now she's on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And WhatsApp is something that she learned along the way, okay? So she said 3 times a day be on those platforms. So remember I told you she went from 0 to double diamond in 4 months? When she went from 0 to double diamond, her highest paycheck was $7,000. Okay, so way above the average. The average, I think, is like 4,500. Her volume, for that $7,000 paycheck was 48,000. That's almost triple diamond volume. So that's why her paycheck was that high, because her volume was really high. That was her highest month, right? She was not doing live videos at this point. Yeah, without fast starts, because she enrolls a lot of people. This was just her commission check. With her fast starts, like including the people that she brought into the business and helped them get their customers, that bumped up to $10,000 total. That's how many people she enrolls, you guys. This is crazy. Oh, so much. If you just enrolled like 1 or 3, that's $100, $300 more on your paycheck, like not even including your commissions, okay? But I want to emphasize for you guys the power of duplication. And duplication starts with you. It starts with your consistency, because you set the bar for your whole team, okay? So then she said, it doesn't matter what I posted or at what time I posted at, because Jared asked her specifically, like, what time do you post at and what are you posting? And she said, that does not matter. What matters is your belief in yourself and your excitement for this business. That comes across when you post, when you go live, when you do a video, all of that comes across. She said, that's what matters, is your belief and your excitement. If you're excited about what you're doing, people are naturally going to be attracted to you and drawn to you, wanting to join you, because they see that you're so excited and you believe in what you're doing. You believe in yourself. You believe in the products. You believe in the company. That's what they want to know. Because why would they sign up with you if they didn't feel that you could guide them? If you didn't believe in it, how can you guide them? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So that's what she said. It doesn't matter what she posted. What mattered was her excitement and her belief. Okay. And she kept saying consistency over and over and over again. I am very consistent. She said, I'm not talented. I'm very consistent. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just very consistent. Okay. So consistency is super important. Now let me tell you her numbers when she started going live and doing live videos. Okay. When she started doing live videos, she's still recruiting a lot of people, but her recruitment, took a different focus. Okay. She started focusing on the people she was recruiting to make money, for them to have customers, for them to bring in a new distributor. That's what her focus was when she enrolled them. And she started doing live videos. Okay. So when she started doing live videos is when she went from, and I remember because I watched her do this, when she started doing live videos is when she went from triple diamond to ambassador. Because that's around the time that I met her. I met her in 2017 after my daughter was born on a Disney cruise, my first Disney cruise where I met Taina. And she had lost her double diamond rank when I met her in 2017, rolled all the way back to Ruby. And let me tell you why this happened. Because in her culture, what she's doing is very rebellious. And the people on her team were getting threatened and were getting bullied. And her whole team was basically under attack. So a lot of the people that she originally enrolled fell off, okay? They quit. They didn't want to do it anymore. They didn't want to face that kind of heat and adversity. They didn't want any part of it. So they quit, okay? And then she went back to Ruby. So $7,000 paycheck back down to Ruby, like $500. That's a big blow to your self-esteem. Okay, what happened to her? She was about to quit. She was like telling her dad, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, why am I even here? I'm just going to quit. Like, what's the point? And he was like, Marwa, who do you think got you to where you were? Do you think it was the people or do you think it was God? And she's like, oh, I know it was God. He's like, okay, so why do you think God can't do that for you again? You just got to be work. You just have to work. You have to work for it. You have to be consistent. You have to go for it. So she took her dad's advice, which actually in this business is a blessing, because going back up to diamond means all of her new team that came in was diamond and above coded to her all the way to ambassador. So now her paychecks are insane. Let me tell you. Hold on. So now this is when we met her, right? So she had gone back up to her, she'd gotten her double back and she was back up to triple is when we met her. And she had sat at Ruby for a while. So she was up to triple when we met her on the cruise. And then she went from triple diamond. She was not doing Facebook Live videos when we met her, 2017, to ambassador, which she went ambassador this year in 2019, right after conference. So she was top, last conference, she was top, what number was she last year?
Like 14, wasn't she?
14, I think. Yeah.
14 or 13.
14. She was a top income earner last year. She was on the stage. I remember that. So she went from number 14 last year going into so her team came to conference with her and she was number 14, right? And last year at conference, the top income earners could give huddle passes to their team. So Taina and I were in the huddle. We were in the huddle with her team, and those girls like were screaming their heads off with excitement. And we were looking at each other like, damn, if we have people on our team in this huddle, like we know what's going to happen to Marwa when she comes out of conference. Like we already knew number 14, she's going to be like top 10 when she comes back from conference. So that's exactly what happened. She came back from conference and then she went ambassador and she was number 9 and she went to Costa Rica. So I guarantee you this year at conference, she's top 10. She's not number 9. She's probably like number 5 or number 4 or number 2 or number 1. Who knows? But she's like, let me tell you what happened to her check, okay? When she decided to do Facebook Live videos and Instagram Live videos. So when she went ambassador, her highest check was $80,000. $80,000. And let me pause. $80,000, okay? Between her and her husband, because her husband is a part of her business. This is not her 2.0. This is just going ambassador. Remember I told you she dropped from Ruby and went to Diamond and then picked up from Diamond and went to Ambassador? So all the people coming into her business were coded to her, all those ranks. That's what makes you an insane amount of money in this business. So recruitment and bringing in new people into your business is super important skill, because once you reach those ranks, not only does your income increase, but if all those people are coded to you and you're teaching this to everybody and it's duplicated, that's when you get these kinds of checks. Her volume was 280,000, and she made an $80,000 paycheck from that. So her volume was basic ambassador volume. I think ambassador volume is like 250,000. So it was 280,000, and her check was $80,000. Don't you think that's worth making live videos? I think it is.
Can I just share real quick?
Absolutely is. Yeah.
Jared Wilkins mentioned that in his last company, his volume was almost 3 million, and he barely made that amount one time. So you guys hear the difference: 270,000 compared to 3 million, and they're getting paid the same. What that says is we have an amazing compensation plan if you're willing to put in the work and recruit. Like, it's just crazy, because in his other company he was 3 million. That's a lot. Okay, that's like makes us feel like never, but we can all make ambassador volume. I mean, we can all do that. So just goes to show, like, you guys can all make checks like that within a year. Look at Marwa. So,
and those weren't people on her original team, because like I told you, her original team quit, a lot of them, and she went all the way back down to Ruby. So these are all new people that she brought in. Okay, I'm not saying like or expecting any of you or even myself to bring in the numbers that she brings in, because she's been doing this for a while, since 2017. That's a couple years that she has under her belt of using a system on her team that works, that is duplicatable, and everybody bringing in the numbers. She's not the only person bringing in the numbers on her team, and her team is also very big as a result. So I'm not saying like bring in 49 distributors like she did in December. Like, bring in one, like focus on one. Get good at bringing in one person and say, like, I can do that with confidence because I do it every month.
And there's people, and there's people that do step 6 success, and they're in the top one.
Yeah.
It's not about in numbers like Marwa. It's just we're showing you guys, or she's telling you guys the result that she's getting from just putting in the work.
It's duplication, 100%. What she's doing, everyone's doing. That's it. That's what makes you a lot of money in this industry, is a lot of people doing the same thing. And it's not a big thing. They're just all consistently doing the same thing, which is bringing up your volume, bringing in new customers, bringing in new distributors every month. It doesn't have to be insane numbers, like set a goal for yourself. The goal doesn't have to be huge. The goal just has to be consistently met. That's it. If you've never brought in more than 2 or 3 distributors in a month, and you haven't brought in 2 or 3 distributors in a while, then make your goal to go back to bringing in 2 to 3 distributors. And then once you hit that and you want to challenge yourself, then make it a little bit higher. But if you've only brought in 1 and that's all you've done in a while, then make your goal 1 before the month ends. You have 2 weeks to do it. Like, it's totally doable. You just have to be adding new people and having conversations with people every day. And if you're doing that consistently every day, I think you're going to come up with 1 person. Of course you will. Most of you guys have 2,000 to 3,000 Facebook friends. 1 person is like a drop in the bucket. Of course you're going to find 1 person. That's not even a lot of people. So what she does, okay, so the duplication part, what she does, we've already got some of this down. All we have to do is tweak it a little bit. That's it. We already have the same system that she has, because Taina and I made sure of it. We, were on her Zoom when she was talking about it with Denise, and we took the notes and we asked her and all those things. So the system that she has in place, we do too. We just have to implement it a little bit better. That's all. So what she does is when she brings in these people, is she has them watch the training videos about the E-Suite, the steps to success, and then the ranks, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. We already have those videos. They're in our group that we have, the Brave Dreamers in Training group, right? So when you enroll somebody new, they go and they watch those videos. And it's okay if you guys haven't done this, okay? Because today is a new day, okay? You can do this going forward. So if you haven't done this with people you've enrolled, that's all right. We're going to do this going forward. So you have them watch those videos, and then you ask them, once they've watched the training and the videos, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself at beginner level making $500 a month? A leadership level making $1,800? Or do you want to be VIP, make $5,000 or more? And then you meet people where they're at. What do they want to make? You go with that answer that they give you. And that's the pace that you work with them at. Everyone's not going to come into your business and like be as excited as you were. That's just a fact that we have to face. That's why you want to enroll more than one person a month. Because if you enroll one person a month that wants to make $50, but then the other person you enroll wants to make $5,000, well, then guess what? You're going to work with them at different paces, at different places that they want to reach, right? So that's what she does with them. That's what we're doing. I mean, we just have to implement the rest of it, of talking to that new person and asking them, what is the income that you want to make, and then working with them at that level at what they want to make. And then making sure that they're doing those 3 important things, which is adding to their network every day, talking to people every day, and, posting, doing live videos, getting your business out there. If you just do those 3 things, that's 3 things anybody can do. It's not difficult.
Yeah, and don't move on to the next step until they've watched the training videos. Because if you're like I have 2 girls right now that are halfway through their training videos, I'm not moving on, even though they have a goal they have to hit. Like, if you can get those training videos done as soon as possible, so we can move on to the next step, so you can earn your shopping spree. And they're working on that to get it done today. So, and also don't just message them this, like, hey, how much do you want to make? Like, no, get on a face-to-face Zoom or a FaceTime or a phone call, because they need to hear your voice. You need to hear their voice. If they joined you, you need to have that type of relationship with them. If you're uncomfortable because you're new, get your upline, whoever it is, on the Zoom with them or a 3-way call. Somebody needs to be super excited when you're bringing in your new people. Because if you're just like, hey, and you're just like letting them figure it out, they're not going to run. They're going to end up quitting within a couple weeks. You have to be excited. If you're not excited and setting them up for success, they're just quitting, and then you're going to be like, why'd they quit? Well, they didn't know what to do. If we don't know what to do, if we're lost, we're not going to do what we need to do, okay? So the first 30 days is super important. Super important. I have a few new girls that that joined, and then like they didn't say nothing back to me for like 2 days. I kept saying, morning, how are you? I can't wait to talk to you today. It's my job to make sure they start off right now. After a month, if they do nothing, then that's their loss. I did everything I could. So I just wanted to clear that out, because I feel like sometimes we get people within a couple days, and then we're like, oh, what happened to them? Like Marwa said on the video that you showed me, Melissa, from yesterday, she said that on there too, that she did everything she can for people, and if they quit, then she moves on to new people. She's not going to sit there and try to train these people that are not even doing their training videos and are not hitting the first goals that she told them they need to hit. So she basically tells them, like, okay, now you're done with your training videos, she asks them what level they want to start at. If they tell her full-time, whatever, intermediate, she calls it. You guys can call it whatever. She skips Emerald because she wants to give them the vision for Diamond right away. They can run there, because if they have a bigger goal, I guess, or a bigger vision for like promoting, they're going to hit, even if they don't hit Diamond, they're going to hit something really good, so they're going to be making money. So make sure that when you guys do start doing this, just connect with your team and make sure that they're doing the training within their first couple days, and then get them on the next step, which I'm pretty sure Melissa's going to write the goal that she gives them. Write that down.
Yeah. So also, if you're not doing this yourself, then treat yourself like a new distributor, and you set the bar for your whole team. Like whatever you expect from them, you need to be doing it too. If you expect them to bring in new customers, you need to be bringing in new customers. If you expect them to have their volume increase, your volume needs to increase. If you expect them to enroll new distributors at least one a month because they're new, then you need to be enrolling new distributors at least one a month, because you're not new, but that's what you should be doing, because you're just going to be able to help them better. You're having those conversations too, so you can show them an example of a conversation that went well and ended up in an enrollment. You know, I don't want this team to be a copy paste team. I don't. Everyone's too smart for that. Everyone's too creative for that. So what she tells them is that their first task, and of course, if they say that they want to make $500 or more a month, she has their first task be enroll a new distributor. That's what all of us are doing. Enroll a new distributor. That's what she has them be their first task. Of course, she walks them through the conversation. She doesn't just throw them to the wolves and never talk to them again. She's talking to them, like Taina was saying, on a daily basis. She's walking them through those conversations. But basically, all they have to do is get the potential into the group where the video is that talks about the company. And we have a group like that too. It's called Booming Brave Dreamers. So that's all that a new person has to do, is point them to, can I give you a, not a training, but can I show you a video with more information? That's it. They just have to get them in the group where the video is and tag them in the video. If you guys are doing that 10 times a day, you're going to enroll people. That's just inevitable. If you want to enroll one person and you're doing that 10 times a day, you're probably going to get that person enrolled that day, because that's just the way it is. You know, some people are going to watch the video, some people are going to take 2 days to watch the video. Fine. But if you have that,
gave up through the process, though, like Melissa said, love the process more than anything. Because if someone to the group and I automatically think the next day, because I messaged them and they didn't respond, that they don't want to do this, and then I give up on them, like I'm already gonna miss out on a person. If they didn't tell me no, I keep talking to them. You guys, like, if I add someone to that group today, which I have like 20 people that I can add that I haven't added to the group, so I haven't even added people to the group. But if I add them to the group and I'm like, tag them to the video, and the next day I message them, hey girl, did you get a chance to watch the video? They don't respond. I'm doing that again the next day. It might be in a different way, voice memo or through story, to hear what you thought about the video. Or like, just real quick, it doesn't have to take all day either. Like, you should know the people you're talking to. Like, I don't even have to pull out a list right now. I can go through my messenger and I know who I was talking to. So I'm going to keep following up with them until they tell me. I might give it a break for a few days if they ignored me for like 3 straight days. I've had so many girls be like, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. I'm going to watch it today, I promise. And then from there, I'm like, okay, can I get your number? And then I'll text you our next steps to get you started. Because I'm trying to seal this deal now. Like, if you haven't watched the video and it's a week, I'm just going to sign you up. And then they give me their number, and then I text them, and I'm like, hey, girl, I'm so excited to get you started. Can I walk you through the website, or can I sign you up? I'm assuming that they're signing up. I'm not going to sit here and twiddle anymore, right? We twiddled for a whole week. So then from there, they're going to either tell you, I don't have the money until the 15th, or they're going to tell you something else, another excuse. So you can work through it through there, but we got to seal the deal like this. Like, we can give it a week for the video, and like, that's the max. And I think that's like kind of the problem we have, is that we don't trust the process so enough that we give up halfway through, or we think like they ignored us so they don't want to join, but they never told you no. So until they tell you no, we have to keep that conversation going if you're planning to work on social media. Now, if you're going out and talking to people, you might not have enough time to do your different ways to grow your business, which is great, but we're talking about social media building here and bringing in people. So trust the process, like Melissa said. Add people to the group up until they tell you. And then, like I said, if it's a week, get their number and text them. I'm ready to walk you through the website. I'm ready to sign you up. I'm excited to sign you up. I'm so excited. Because you're just like, hey, like, did you still want to join? Why would they want to join? Just think about it, you guys. But if I'm messaging, I'm like, girl, like, conferences in 2 our company's about thousands of dollars for people in business. Like, I cannot wait for you to be a part of this. You think they're going to say no? They're going to be like, why do I start? Because I need $10,000 in my pocket. So that's just kind of like an idea there for that step.
I know some people on here are kind of relatively new. So does anybody need me to walk you through the process of like a potential distributor conversation? Anybody? I don't want to assume everybody knows what they're doing, even though I don't think anyone here is brand new, right? I mean, kind of relatively new.
But there is some new people that probably watch this
Okay,
replay.
let me walk you through the process. So you talk to a potential distributor, right, about doing the business, either because they're watching your story and you talk to them, or because you did a hosted post about it and they responded to it, or because you put up your lifestyle post, your daily post about the business, and they liked it, commented on it. Those are all potential distributors, right? So you got a potential distributor somewhere from there, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to talk to, so they're going to ask you, tell me what you do, or tell me more about it. That's always what they say, you know. What do you do? Maybe they don't know what you do at all. So then what I do is I tell them briefly, like a paragraph, what I do and why I decided to do it. The why is very important because the why is something they can relate to, right? So I tell them, I have something in my phone that I can put in the chat. It's like a paragraph. It says that we're a beauty health company, that we are reps for it. We get paid for it instead of like celebrity endorsement. That's how we make our money. And then, you know, I joined because I was tired of my 9-to-5 life. Okay. So that's my reason. But everybody's reason is different, right? So tell them that. Then they go, oh, okay. And then immediately, would you like me to send you a video with more information? Can I send you a video with more information? I don't ever have somebody say no to me when I ask that question. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna add you to a group and that's where the video is, and I'm gonna tag you in the video. So then you add them to the group, they accept, okay? You see they haven't accepted, then message them, hey, you haven't accepted, so I can't tag you in the video. So they get into the group, you tag them in the video, they watch the video. Don't assume they're going to watch it right on the spot because they may be in the middle of something. You know, you're catching them at a moment in their day. You don't know what's going on in their day. They could be at school, they could be at work, they could be picking up their kid from school, they could be making dinner. We don't know what they're doing, right? We can't assume that you caught them at the best moment of the day. So I ask them, when can you watch the video? So then they tell me, oh, like later on tonight, oh, like blah, blah, blah. So I give them time to watch it. And then I tell them, okay, so I'm going to contact you. I'm telling them when I'm contacting them. So they know that if they don't watch it, I'm still going to contact them. I'm going to contact you, you know, if they tell me tonight, tomorrow morning after you've watched it. Or I'm going to contact you at this time after you watch it. And then make sure that you write that time down in your calendar and that you contact them at that time. Okay, because they're going to expect you to. And then you just tell them, don't say, what did you think? That's like the worst thing you could say. Okay, I learned this the hard way. Don't say, what did you think of the video? You say, what did you like the most? You make it positive. What did you like the most? Even if their answer is no. What did you like the most? Okay, then they're going to tell you what they saw in it. They're going to, this is all psychology, you guys. They're going to tell you what interested them. Even if their answer was no, and you ask them, what did you like the most about the video? They're still going to give you positive feedback about it. So maybe their excuse is, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't see myself doing this. What did you like the most? Oh, I like the most that I could do this from anywhere. Okay, that's not a freaking no, because they just told you that if they had the freedom to do it from anywhere, then that's what interested them the most. And if they told you, I don't have the time, then that's counterproductive. Then they're telling you, I don't have the time. And you have to understand the psychology of most people is they get paid by the hour. So they think that they have to do this by the hour. And they think if they don't have 6 to 8 hours to do this like a regular job, or 4 to 6 hours like a part-time job, that they can't do it, that they can't fit it into their schedule. So you have to put yourself where they are at and stop getting frustrated and stop getting upset. Okay? Put yourself in their shoes. You were a potential distributor once too, yourself, and somebody talked to you about it. So they don't know what they don't know. They don't know that they could work this whole business in 3 hours, and that's like a lot of time. They don't know that they could work this business waiting in line for their kid to come out of school or sitting on the toilet, literally. They don't know that. So you have to put yourself there. And then they say, I don't have time. Okay. And this is what I come back to them with. If they told me they like that you could do this anywhere, that they have all this freedom doing this business and making this money from their phone, but then they tell me I don't have the time, then I tell them, okay, and this is how you can tell if you're wasting your time with somebody or if they actually are a good potential and you should continue to talk to them, is if I could figure out with you, if I could look at your schedule, if we can look at your schedule and figure out the times, the pockets in your day where you can do this, would you be willing to do that? And that right there tells you if they're a good person for your team or not. Because somebody that really wants the freedom of living their life and working from their phone is going to figure that the fuck out. They're going to want to know, oh, okay, I can do this in X, Y, Z moment. Like if they really want it, they're going to take 2 minutes to tell you their schedule and have you respond with, okay, you could work at this time, right here, right here, right here. And that's your whole day. That's how you could do it. They just want to know they're going to be able to do it. You got to put yourself in their shoes. If you're giving them the solution to their problem, they're going to buy it. We're in a solution-based business. That's what we do. If you're giving them the solution, they're going to say yes. So that's what I do. Okay. And then I know, okay, they told me their schedule. I told them the pockets they could do it in. So why would they say no at that point? You're not convincing anybody of anything. You're just clear as day shining a light on the solution. They're either going to take it or they're not. And that's our job. We just have to ask. That's it. We ask, here's the solution. Are you going to take it or are you going to leave it? Okay, you're not taking it. I'm going to talk to the next person. And that's it. You're sorting. You're sorting. You're not attached to the outcome. You're not attached to what they say because that does not matter. What matters is, why are you going for this? What is this going to do for your family? And what is this going to do for the people that you're bringing into your team? What is this going to do for their families? And your job is simply to find those people. That's it. So like Taina said, you follow up, you ask them if they watched the video, what did you like the most? Great. This is what you like the most. Then that's what you say. Okay, great. Should I walk you through my website or should I enroll you myself? And that's it. That's your closing question.
You want to know something? Like when I talk to people about the business, I don't even tell them the price. Like if they don't ask me, I just say, would you like me to walk you through the website or sign you up? They're going to see that it costs money eventually, but why am I going to talk about that if they're not asking me? Everybody knows, like most people know that everything costs money. If you think you're going to come into this, and I know that's one of the biggest things we get, that's why I wanted to bring it up. But what ends up happening for me is by the time they get on the website, they know this is a legit business. Like this is not like little thing that I'm doing. Like this is a legit business. So they're going to see everything on the website. Why do I care about that? Because that's how I signed up. I went to the website and saw this big picture of all these distributors, and back then they had even more on there, like your kit, the big old box that you would get, and like all these products, and they had $100 shopping spree, and I was like, oh, I'm signing up. Like I want all those products and I want $100 shopping spree. And I saw all these girls on there and I'm like, ooh. So that's my point with getting them on the website. They might get on the website and be like, oh, it costs money. And I'd be like, yes, because this is a legit, amazing opportunity. And I promise you that you will make that back in a few weeks if you take the steps that I'm going to give you. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, as long as I make my money back, how will I make it back? We'll go into that. Or, okay, I don't have the money until the 15th. Then I'll tell them either about quad pay if I really want them to sign up that day. If they really seem like they do it, I always tell them about the app now. I have like 4 girls sign up this month with the app. And so they are approving people. And they pay $25 to get started. $25 every paycheck, 4 weeks. So even if they say no, it's okay. As long as you're having conversations, when you get to a no, it's fine. The point is that you're talking to them. And I promise you that even if they're like, most people tell me not right now because they don't like to tell me no because of the way I direct the conversation. And if they say, no, I would never do anything like that and they're negative, I take them off my friends list because I don't want negative people on my team anyways. They can say no, but if they're like, no, I've heard that's a scam, like, I don't have time for people that think that way, so bye. And I say, okay, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have an amazing day. Unfriend, bye. Next person. Like Melissa said, you're sorting through these people because you're going to want to unfriend them anyways if they're like that. You don't want people on your team that thinks this is a scam to begin with, because then you're going to have to convince them to do the task because this is not a scam. Does that make sense? So even if people are telling you no, that's okay because you're planting a seed, and guess what? Now they're watching you. Now when you go Ruby, when you're in that fast start, when you're in your shopping spree, they're like, oh, this girl's really doing it. I've had so many people tell me no, join me, or become a customer. You know what? Actually, let me just try the products first. Let me try that coffee that you talk about every freaking day. Let me see what you're doing because, like, I would like to make a couple extra $100. I know this all sounds like, yeah, right, but I'm serious. If you're talking to people, these are the kind of responses you're getting. People are not saying no to money. They're saying no to being scared and not knowing what you're doing. So, like Melissa said, they don't know how you work your business. I tell people all the time, I work my business 1 hour at night and 1 hour in the morning. And I work with my team. We work together. So they know, like, you're not going to be alone and you have this opportunity to work this business, you know, on your time. People don't know what you're doing. So there was somewhere I wanted to go with that too, but I can't remember now. I just want you guys to know that, like, people are going to say no sometimes, but if you know where to go from there, you're going to have a better outcome with them signing up eventually. Or if they're just negative, like I said, just unfriend them. Like, you need more room anyways for new people. You're going to find your people, and you only need 3 people on your team that want to do this like you to get to the top of the company. That's all you need is 3. So don't look at a triple or ambassador chart and be like, well, those girls just got it and I don't. I don't think you guys see, like, the potential you guys have. I know people that are on Denise's top 10 team that I've never seen her really even talk to them because they're, like, from different countries and stuff. These girls are mass enrolling. Like, they're bringing in so many people. And I look at their profiles and they have nothing different than you guys. Like, these girls are normal. Like, some of them don't even make good posts. And they're bringing in a amount of people, like 10 distributors a month, 8 customers, like crazy numbers. So you don't even need an upline. Like, you guys can all do this on your own. You just have to believe in yourself. Like Marwa said in her training, all she needed was belief. She believed in herself. She didn't have anybody holding her hand because they couldn't. Denise and her upline couldn't even communicate with her, like, very little. She speaks a whole different language. I watched Marwa when she went diamond and she did a Zoom with us on Denise's team, and you could barely understand her. Like, people had to interpret for her. And so if she can do it, even though she's bringing in a lot of people with her culture, she has an advantage there a little bit. You guys, that, like Melissa said, you don't have to bring in 49 people. Yes, she's bringing in, like, all the people from her culture, but you guys can each bring in 5 steps to success. You guys can all bring in those numbers. And like I said, you only need 3. So, like, what's holding us back? You know what I mean? Do you have anything else, Melissa?
No.
So one more thing is, I know that she gives them the goal of getting 1 distributor and their volume getting to 500 is their first top goals, right? So because she's a mass enroller, that's the step that she gives them to see if she can help them grow their business. So she's not going to just help somebody that came in and did nothing and was there for 2 weeks and didn't even try. So I wanted to bring this up because I feel like this is something I failed with when I first got started, is I didn't really know how to grow a team. And that's okay. You don't need to be like, oh my God, I have to know how to grow a team. Honestly, you just need to bring it. But once you start to build and build to diamond, you really have to pay attention to.
Oh, I think your phone died. Her phone died. Okay, well, I guess this is a good place to stop. Do you want to stop the recording, Taina? It's already 11. Okay. Yeah, I think we're stopping. Okay, you guys, have an awesome Monday, and we will talk to each other very soon. Bye.